Good afternoon, everyone. Looks like we have a quorum.
Good afternoon.
Just welcome everyone to today's meeting of the First Nations Relations Committee, Wednesday, April 9th. And we will call the meeting to order. Just acknowledging that we are located in the traditional territory of the Lakota people. Moving on to the adoption of the public agenda.
Move adoption.
Second.
Moved and seconded, thank you. Any discussion? All in favor of today's agenda? Motion is carried, thank you. There are no petitions or delegations. Adoption of previous minutes. Moving on to adoption of previous meeting minutes.
I'll move adoption of the regular meeting of the First Nations Relations Committee held on February 5th, 2025 be adopted. Sorry, the minutes from that meeting.
Second.
Moved and seconded, thank you. Any discussion? If there's none, all in favor? All in favor, motion's carried.
Any business rising?
Any business arising from the minutes? Seeing none, thank you.
Do you have anything you want to report on? Do you have anything you want to report on?
Nothing from the chair today. Thank you. So moving on to staff reports. Number one is the Indigenous Cultural Safety and Cultural Humility Grant Award.
Move receipt of the report.
Thank you.
Second.
Moved and seconded.
And Mr. Chair, Asley will speak to this.
Thank you, Chair. I'm going to get my colleague, Kelsey Robinson, the Indigenous Emergency Management Liaison, to speak on this. Thank you.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Kelsey Robinson, the Indigenous Engagement Coordinator for Emergency Management Services. So this grant we have is the Indigenous Cultural Safety and Cultural Humility Grant. It is primarily focused towards emergency management services staff and volunteers. And from it, we are looking to develop training videos, the territory you're on training videos, primarily directed at the Coast Salish and Nuu-chah-nulth nations, as we have already Kwakwaka'wakw videos created already. We're going to use that as a template. We're going to host various workshops, including building bridges through understanding, paddling together, and the history of Coast Salish peoples. And we're going to deliver this to various municipalities within the regional district. We are also going to host a workshop on Emergency Disaster Management Act in Zeballos, excuse me, with personnel from Nuu-chah-nulth First Nation, and Hassett First Nation, and the village of Zeballos. And to wrap things up, we're going to hire a qualified consultant to undertake a review of the regional district's cultural safety program. In summary, that's it.
If I might add, Chair, the total of the grant is $157,000 from UBCM, and the SRD has been awarded that, and it was October 2024, I believe they applied for the grant and received approval from the board to move forward with that. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. All in favor?
Any questions?
Any questions?
I have a question. I'm really excited about this. It sounds really interesting, and I'm curious about the videos that are created. Will there be an opportunity to present them here at this committee when they're completed, or will they be brought to the board, or is there an opportunity for us to see them?
In short, yes. We're almost looking at a tiered kind of training program. So when people come on with the Strathcona Regional District, there will be an option for people to view these videos and stuff and just get more familiar with the territory we operate within. So yes, the board can definitely view the videos.
Somebody with a mountain emoji has their hand up, but we have no idea who it is. She reveals herself. You're muted.
Good afternoon. Oh, yeah, that's the beautiful picture of the valley here on the Hatteras First Nation. My question is the workshops. Will those be for public consumption or will those be for elected officials? Curious.
I believe those will be for administration staff within various municipalities and any sort of staff that they have in emergency management services as well. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, it does. Thank you so much.
Any more questions or discussion? Are we ready to move? All in favor? All in favor? Motion's carried. Thank you. Moving on. Number 2, community forum.
I'll move receipt of the report.
We have a mover.
Second.
Thank you, Director Bonich.
And Azalee will speak to this, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Chair. On April 3rd and 4th, the Comox Strathcona Waste Management had a C2C forum held in Zabalas. And I'm reporting this back to the First Nations Relations Committee because I am a shared resource with the CSWM. So just at a high level, we did have individuals from the Cayuga Chequisles First Nation. We had Director Jack and Director Wally from Electoral Area A, Director Julie Colborn from the Village of Zabalas. We had both the CAOs, Mr. Leach, and the CAO from the Comox Valley Regional District in attendance, as well as many of the engineers and staffing from the CSWM. Just at a high level, we engaged in the overall community on day one, where we just had fun and got to know the community, playing bingo and having dinner. The next day, we had robust discussions about the future closure of the Zabalas landfill. And I'll leave it to the CSWM, who will create a more robust report. And at that time, I will share it back with the First Nations Relations Committee. But I just wanted to highlight that I'm very proud of the directors and staff who attended. It was there was a lot of value in all the people in the room able to share what they knew. Everybody had different ideas and different knowledge, and it kind of brought it all to light. So I'm just very happy to report that back to the board. So thank you.
Thank you. Do we have any questions? Director Colburn?
Yeah, it was really, really well received by community. It was a really fun day. The first day fed over 70 people. Yeah, it was great. And then really informative that second day as well. So I'm wondering, do you know if the draft report will come to the council's first to review Azalee, or through the chair to Azalee, or will the draft come to the councils and here as well? I'm just really interested in hearing how does that perspective on what all that, the conversations that we had when they received that. So I'm just wondering if you know how that works.
As far as I understand, the consultants will need to follow up with the nations first and have their input on the report before we share it with the board and whatnot, because the C2C was, the intention was with the nations. So we just got to make sure that they're consenting to what's in that report. So I think it makes sense that the nations will hear first. Does that answer the question?
Yeah, perfect. Thanks so
Thank you.
much. Oh, and thank you, as a follow-up, thank you so much to staff for organizing and putting all that together. Like I said, it was really well received by community, and so many thanks.
I just wanted to add that I really liked the photos that you put in the report. Thank you. Gave some really good context for what was happening.
Director Wally, I had to double check his bingo sheet just to make sure he was on the up and up with that. Okay.
Director Davis?
Yeah, thanks, Chair. I know a report is forthcoming, but I was just wondering if a decision was made on the location of the transfer station?
No.
Okay, thanks.
Any more discussion? Hearing none, ready for receipt. All in favor? All in favor, motion's carried. Thank you. Moving on to correspondence. Number one is the Clahus First Nation election results.
Move receipt.
Receipt.
Oh, or I'll second.
Moved and seconded. Thank you. Any discussion?
If I could make a few comments, Chair.
Yeah.
Thank you. Just want to acknowledge the new chief for Clahus First Nation, Kevin Pesey. I'm really grateful that he stepped up, and looking at the results, he's got a really strong mandate, and look forward to working with him over the coming years.
Thank you. Any more discussion? Yeah.
I had a question. I think the last time we had this, something like this come to our committee, we moved to send a letter of congratulations from the board.
I think Director Vonish in our last group of letters added Chief PC to that grouping. So I think we have sent.
Okay, great. That's perfect. Thank you.
Any more discussion? If there's none, move receipt. All in favor? All in favor, motion is carried. Thank you. Moving on, number two is Moated Muchlet First Nations repatriation of historical items.
Move receipt of the report.
Thank you. Moved. Seconded. Thank you. Discussion?
Director Davis has his hand up.
Go ahead, Director Davis.
Thanks again, Chair. I just wanted to speak to this a little bit. I've always been fascinated by the Whalers Washing House. I've been aware of it since I was a child growing up in Ontario, actually, and I was fascinated that it is such a unique place. And I also was disturbed that it was taken in the way that it was 100 years ago. And it's interesting that now I live in Tassus, and I know the chiefs of the Moachot Mushlat First Nation. I had a discussion with Chief McQuina last summer at Yuquat Summerfest about the repatriation of this shrine, and he spoke at length about how significant it is for his nation and their renewal. And I'm just really pleased to hear that this has finally occurred, and I just wanted to express that. So thanks.
Yes, thank you for that. It's great to see that. My father is Muchlet, so I'm very closely tied with Muchlet, and it's great to see the artifacts returning, and much like Keika Checklisset. Any more discussion? Go ahead.
I just wanted to say that I'm also incredibly happy that this repatriation is happening. And I was curious from Director Davis or from you, Chair, if I noticed in the report, it talked about the shrine being included in a cultural center in Yuquat. And I was wondering if that is already in process, or if there was any more knowledge about where the items were being repatriated to.
If I may, when I spoke to Chief McQuina last summer, they were talking about various options at that time. One was to keep it in Gold River at the Unity House. The other was to move it out to Yuquat, which I believe has already happened, and possibly locate it there. The other is to move it back to its original site and encase it, possibly in plexiglass to preserve it. And then the other option was just to put it back at its original site at a small island on the lake by Yuquat, and just allow it to go back to the elements and break down, as is custom with totem poles. And I believe that's what is happening here, but I've only heard that secondhand. I haven't gotten a confirmation directly from the Moachot Mushlat.
Thank you, Director Davis. Any more discussion? Hearing none, we'll move receipt. All in favor? All in favor? Motion's carried. Thank you. Moving on, reconciliation agreement between Samoth First Nation and BC.
Move receipt of the correspondence? Or that's not true. It's move receipt of the news release from the Ministry of Indigenous Relations and Reconciliation.
Thank you. Been moved. Do we have a seconder?
Second.
Seconded. Thank you. Any discussion? Hearing none. All in favor? All in favor? Thank you. Motion's carried. Moving on, number 4, Capital Regional District, Tsartlip and Saycum First Nations signed memorandum of understanding.
I will
Move receipt.
Oh, there we go. Thank you, Director Benish.
Thank you. Seconder?
Second.
Thank you, Director Dahl. Any discussion? Hearing no discussion, we will move. All in favor? All in favor? Motion's carried. Thank you.
So we have an addendum item. So first would be a motion on here, and then if that passes, we'll go right to that one there.
Moving on to addendum items. And there was one added, so the first one would be that the addendum be considered.
So moved.
Sorry, director's reports.
I don't think there was any, or Was there?
Can I do a verbal report, or do I need to let you know in advance?
Typically, we have them in advance and/or at the start of the adoption of the agenda. Typically, you would add that to the agenda, but by all means, the chair can accept it if he likes.
Yes, we will step back and move into director's reports. Sorry. Go ahead.
Okay, thanks, Chair. Yeah, I just wanted to mention that Mochalat First Nation has recently received funding to reopen what is known as Trail, which is the trade route that used to be used across the island from Tassus to ultimately it went to near Port McNeill. I can't remember the name of the First Nation village at that end, but this grant will be opening the trail from Tassus to Wass Lake. Currently, there is an open trail from Numgees territory on Wass Lake up to the Summit Pass, but this section that will be open is about almost 12 kilometers long from Tassus. And we're in Tassus here, we're really looking forward to this. It's a wonderful route. I have hiked it, and I think it'll be really good for tourism. It's also fascinating from a cultural perspective in that there are archaeological sites along the way. There's faces carved into the trees in Numgees territory, some of which are centuries old. And I'm just really excited about this. And I know that construction will be starting on reopening the trail in the next month or two. So I just wanted to mention that. Thanks.
Thank you for that. Do we have any discussion on? Well, thank you. I will move receipt.
I'll move receipt of the director's report from.
Thank you. Moved and seconded. Thank you. All in favor? All in favor? Motion's carried. Thank you. So again, moving on to the addendum that to be considered.
I could move that the addendum be considered.
Thank you. Moved. Seconder. Thank you, Director Dahl. All in favor? All in favor? Motion's carried. So the addendum item is the old growth forest management on Quadra Island.
Move receipt of the report from the
Thank you.
CAO.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Thank you. Any discussion?
I believe Azalee can speak to this as well.
Okay. Go ahead, Azalee.
Thank you, Chair. This is just a brief update. On March 27th, members of this First Nations Relations Committee, as well as myself and CAO Leach, attended the Weebukai Treaty Society with Chief Chakite and Councillor Wilson to discuss the topics of the old growth forest management that has been through different committees here at the regional district, including the Natural Resources, as well as here at the First Nations Relations Committee. So with that, we did attend, and we did receive some candid learning from both Chief Chakite and Councillor Wilson regarding their operations within their territory and the topic of old growth forest management. I'm just going to read verbatim, and I'll let the directors who were in attendance also contribute to the discussion. So during the discussion, the nation outlines their significant efforts to undertake stewarding of their forests and natural resources while fostering economic prosperity and opportunities for its citizens. The Weebukai Nation also emphasized that the management of old growth forests within its territories falls under their jurisdiction and authority, and therefore did not require the support of the Strathcona Regional District to reach out to the Forestry Council. And with that, I'll leave that. Thank you.
Thank you. Do we have any questions or discussion? Hearing none, all in favor? Motion's carried, thank you.
So then we go to your motion to receive the rest of the report.
Next is the closed session and that the report from the Chief Administrative Officer be received.
So moved.
Moved, thank you. Seconded, thank you. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor? Thank you. All in favor, motion's carried.
And then B.
Moving on to B, that the meeting be closed to the public to consider matters deemed to fall within the parameters of subsections 91KN and 0 of the community charter.
So moved.
Moved and seconded, thank you. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor? Motion's carried, thank you.